Hey guys, it's Mitch. How's it going? We're back for some more of Blood Force number 4. It never ends. This is going to be one of the variant covers for Blood Force 4. So just before we get into it, if you enjoy the channel, if you feel like you might want to help out a little bit, go subscribe to my Patreon. Links are in the description. So yeah, there's three variant covers that were being done on this so far anyway. So far all the variants are homages of some kind because it's just always fun to do an homage. This one is an homage to Incredible Hulk number 181, which is the first appearance of Wolverine, of course. First full appearance, anyway. So, yeah, no, we were banding about the idea of which homage covers, in the Discord, we were talking about this, which homage covers need to be covered at some point. And this one came up, or at least I suggest this one, because I've heard that, this is one of those ones everybody has to try at some point if you're going to homage a cover. And it's like, yeah, no, I've got a dude with blades and a big villain kind of guy for him to fight in this one. And, even a secondary character. So why not? So, yeah, we've got Hawkstab versus Gun Show with Knife just kind of flailing in the background here on this one. And, it's a great cover. It's, instantly recognizable. And fairly dynamic. I had a bit of difficulty with a little bit of the posing on this because I'm not tracing directly or anything. I've just got a copy on a screen next to me and I'm kind of like, approximating it as I do with everything, right? It's always got to be approximated. So there's a couple of small awkwardnesses here and there where it's not quite right, but I mean, that's going to happen. I'm not Herb Trimpe. I don't have the same kind of expertise that he does. So we're just kind of taking his cues. So we're going to get right into the inks on Hawkstab here. The most important thing about Hawkstab's face for me was trying to get the same mouth shape that Trimpe got for Wolverine on his, because I really liked how that looked, and I think I got it pretty close. So that was all right. Did forget to put the chains around Hawkstab that Wolverine had on the cover for 181, but chains don't work into the story at all. That's okay. It's just like, that would have been nice to remember it anyway. The spotting blacks on this is mostly Trimpe. The rendering is mine, though, at least, because, it's the original version is done in a very 70s style. Mine's done in a more of a 90s style, anyway, where you just throw lines all over everything, because everything looks better with more lines, right? I will say that the end result of this, there are areas that are open that just felt weird. It's like, man, there should be more lines of some kind here. And it's like, no, the original didn't have them, so we don't need them. The figures are going to have a ton of lines, just because I know where to put the lines on those figures. The backgrounds, I'm kind of, I don't know what to do there, so I'm just kind of running off of his cues. And I think it still looks pretty good. We'll get there when we get there. But I like how the figure here looks. Like I said, I didn't quite get the dynamicism of the legs here, and I'm not 100% sure why. I think part of it is that Trimpe blocks Hawkstab's, Wolverine's left leg with the swoop of the punch from the Hulk/Gun Show character. I don't think I quite did that. I mean, obviously I didn't hear, but I'm gonna weigh out some to cut in. But and you can see the hair is getting way out of control now. With like more out of control with every iteration of Hawkstab, it feels like, which I enjoy. Well, we're gonna see if we can go full petty by the time we get to like issue 7 or something. So, okay, the blades were a little bit tough because obviously the pose of the hand doesn't necessarily work the same way because the blades are on the side of the arm instead of on the back of the hand. So, but I think it still got faked well enough that it looks okay. Musculature here pretty good. Again, spotting blacks off of Trimp. So there's kind of. I think at the beginning I was kind of resisting. And it's like, no, we'll just render everything. And then I changed my mind and spot in more blacks, and it made it look a bit more like the original. And then it's like, okay, well, not on this next limb. And then, eventually get around to spotting more blacks. Okay, well, maybe we will. But, it's a pretty good look, I'd say. This is always interesting to do this off of like like somebody who knows what they're doing, like Trip, and just seeing what his strengths are that I'm not used to seeing from, like, I don't know, the usual guys that I look at, because I don't look at 70s comics for the most part. I'm not checking out like Mike Zeck, Val Merrick, just like the regular guys who were going around at that time. So it's always interesting to see, just like, because everyone's got their different strengths and weaknesses. It's like, okay, well, what does this guy do better than most guys that I'm aware of? And yeah, I mean, like, the dynamic poses on this are pretty good. I like the way the shadows worked as well. And yeah, we're gonna get a big block of black in the legs here, which I think works because the legs aren't really the focus, and it kind of helps to solidify them. I don't know, as far as I can tell. I don't know a ton about that stuff, but so yeah, big wad of black on that one leg, and the shading I kind of get away from the original on the calf here, not too much, just a little bit, and then big old whack of black on the second leg, which even more so than the original. So I think maybe I was just done with that leg. But I don't mind how it looks. Again, I feel like it provides some kind of support for the rest of the drawing. And yeah, then all this background stuff, which isn't something I would ever think to do, like the canted hill here. It's like, it's a simple thing. Like, it's like, why wouldn't you do that? I don't know. I just wouldn't think of it. Like, I could tell you right now. And also interesting to see this rock thing that it was put behind the two figures that I've never really noticed before, I don't think. But it's mostly there to pop out, like the edge of Wolverine and the Hulk here. It's like, oh, that's pretty good, actually. And I decided that Knife's position, I didn't like the original flailing around position, much as I like the idea of him just standing in the background being a bit of a cheerleader. I decided that he was, I don't know, doing something, and then he messed it up. So he started falling down the pit here. But he's going to do it dynamically. So this pose isn't anything like the Wendigo pose off the cover. I like this one a little bit better for my guy anyway. I don't like the original Wendigo pose, but that's, nothing on Trippy. And throwing a whole bunch of, any time that Knife does anything, it feels like Knives and Ninja Stars have to go flying in every direction now. Because that happened on one page in the comics. Like, okay, that's just his thing now. And then they're all just going to get lost in the background behind him. It's like, well, maybe we'll find a better way to do that next time. But decent pose anyway. Like the actual figure work it doesn't look too bad at all. It's a bit of a Jim Lee pose, I think. But I wasn't looking at Jim Lee or at anything really when I was drawing it. So, I'm happy enough with how it turned out. And actually using some templates for some of the lines. I feel like I've been getting away from that recently. And of course had to go back and check to make sure what Knife's costume looked like, because he only gets like maybe 3 or 4 pages of screen time in this comic. So, like, it's not memorable. He's not one of the more memorable characters. That's all right. Gun show I can do off of memory for the most part. All right, and then, I think we're probably getting pretty close here, because now it's all just, weird little background touches, like these tree lines in the back, that looked very basic when I looked off the original. I think I added a bit more than was actually off in the original cover. And then these mountains that, don't have a lot to them, but ended up looking pretty good. Yeah, there's that swoop. See, Trimpy put a lot more swoop into it than I did. I think that probably helped him out. And my little after Trippy signature here. So okay, that is it for variant cover A, I suppose. B, actually. A would be the Popo Sin City cover. Not bad at all. In fact, I think quite a bit better than the cover I decided to use for just the regular cover, which is also an homage. And I'm not a big fan of how that turned out. That's another one I may redo. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, so that's another variant cover in the bag. We'll do at least one more before we get back to the comic itself, and I'm hoping I've got enough covers. I haven't actually done a video yet on the actual cover, so we'll do that one next week. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notifications so you know when the next one's coming out. Go over and subscribe to my Patreon. It gives you early access to everything I do, from the Blood Force stuff to the YouTube videos before they get uploaded to YouTube, as well as some Patreon exclusive content. You can also follow me on Instagram and DM me there for commissions, and you can join the Blood Force Discord server. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.